Before we went on the break, we were talking about alternative source of power and dealing with the energy crisis in Nigeria. And our guest, Raymond, was just saying the best way to deal with it is to switch from hydro to solar. But apart from solar, like Praise rightly said, aren't there other sources government should embrace? Well, and we also earlier said we're going to bring Brighten's Biogas to join us on the discussion. He's known in this part of the country for inventing different kinds of solar, should I say, power sources. Apart from inverter batteries and solar panel, there are other things he does. He's an inventor. And that makes me remember that we're also doing Intellectual Property Day. That was yesterday, I guess. Yeah. So it's all encompassing. So we have Brighten's Biogas in the house, and we have Raymond Edokba. Two of them are into alternative source of energy, and we're just going to be dealing with this. Now, we rightly asked Mr. Raymond before we brought you in, alternative sources of power, and he said windmill, biomass, and apart from hydro, biomass and solar, windmill. But are there other we should look into?
Of course, there are too many alternative sources to hydroelectricity power generation. I will list if I begin to explain some of them. Apart from this hydroelectricity power generation, which to me, I begin to see that it's no longer working in Nigeria because it divided into three stages. We have too many problems with generation. After generation, we have too much problem with the transmission. After the transmission, we have another too much problem with distribution. That's the truth.
Dr.
No,
Brighten's.
I'm not painting things. I'm not painting. If you want me to explain why I say we have problem, we will not live here. But
no, you have to. You have to.
Okay, let me. Okay, if you say I should say why now. The generation of the power. The equipment that we met or that we grew to come and meet are mainly what we saw the colonial masters did for us. They are old, they are becoming obsolete by the day. They are no longer in trend with modern day society and advancement of development. If you travel to advanced countries and see, compare it. Then the transmission lines, problems. Sometimes you generate so much megawatts to transmit it to get to the end point is a problem. Transmission lines are all obsolete. Majority of them are obsolete. Let me not use the word all. Majority are obsolete. The distribution power, the distribution station of it, another problem. Now, see, the greatest challenge we have in this country is the communities are expanding. Go to advanced countries. Apart from you giving people town planning on how to do this, build that, do that. You see people come to tell you this community is expanding. This is the kind of transformer you are supposed to be using in the next 10 years. In the next 15, 20 years, this transformer will be obsolete because people are packing into the community. People are building houses. They are buying electronics. They are putting ACs. They are putting freezers, washing machines. What have you? You don't know that this is consume power. They consume power, of course. Then by the time you total generation of the power consumption rate is too much for the transformer. Then today the transformer will pack up. Then when the transformer pack up, it becomes another story for another day. How you going to fix the transformer? I don't want to go into all those ones. Then that becomes another problem again. Then distribution issue, transmission, wahala, generation, another one. See, this the truth is, if the government wants to fix power, for God's sake, go to a neighboring country. I visited Ghana. I went to Ghana and I took a study of what the Ghanaian energy power supply looks like. I'm not talking of the US or UK. Those ones are too far. Ghana here, that constant power, for God's sake. Maybe you have not been there. I've been there. I'm talking about what I have been to. Where I've been to. I'm not just speaking because somebody is telling me what to say. I'm telling you my own experience. I'm talking of traveling to an advanced country. Ghana. West Africa, in case you don't know, is our neighboring country here. You can even use a bus to pass through the border if you don't want to take a flight. Now let me go through to why I feel that there are other sources of power supply. For example, let's not go there. There is nuclear energy power generation in Nigeria. We have not even gone to that. We have not solved the other electricity. We have to go to nuclear power generation. We can't even go there. That's another source of power generation, another alternative source of power generation. Now we talk about windmill. If you look at the northern part of the country, you will see enough wind. Nigeria can station windmill in the northern aspect of the country. Also in the northern aspect of the country, we have so much. We are the other side. We are close to some of the deserts. We can go and put solar power generation. Go to advanced countries and see how they arrange solar panel. They don't even have where to put it. They put it on in the sea. On the sea, that's where they arrange their own solar panel on the sea, because they don't have enough land mass. They don't have enough land mass to play with. We can put this solar panel in those regions, and then you begin to generate enough power. Let's not go into that one. There are other. The only thing is, solar generation is expensive. In all sincerity, why did I say solar is expensive? I have been into renewable energy power generation as a person and as a company for years, and I discovered that when people use solar panels, one of the kickback disappointment or disadvantage is, after some years, you need to replace the batteries. Is the truth. They are called deep cycle batteries. Those batteries must go through their normal cycle life. Depending on the way the person is going to be using it, you can finish your cycle life of your deep cycle battery in a year. You can finish it even in 6 months. You can finish it in 2 years or 3 years. But when that happens, renewable energy we know is clean, but you need to replace the battery. It becomes another burden to Nigerians. Okay. And that's why we are now looking at another phase, biogas generation of power. Now let me explain what I mean by biogas generation of power. You see, like you know, I'm into invention, innovation. Yesterday was the Intellectual Property Day, World Intellectual Property Day. A lot of people came to see young mind displaying so many things at my complex, at my complex. But let me now tell you something. Biogas seems the way to go. Seems the best alternative of alternative source to power generation. Why did I say so? One, we are looking at generation of power using waste. Now, people will poo-poo. I don't want to use I don't know the language to use that people can understand. Feces, whether you call it feces, you call it poo-poo, I don't know what language to use because we are on air. But human waste in your socket way, how can we use the waste to generate power? Is simply by developing a biogas machine. Everybody in this country have waste. Everybody in this country have toilets, have sewage system. Except you want to deny, every house. And waste is a continuous thing from humans. You must eat. And when you eat, you must have waste. So this is the easy way to go. How do I explain? When you have waste in your sockaway, over time, if you go through the normal biodegradation of feces or waste or poo-poo in your sockaway or your pit, toilet, it will produce the end product of methane gas or hydrogen sulfide gas. Those gases are wasting. If you develop a biogas machine, all you need to do is to channel a pipe into the sockaway. I don't know, into your septic tank. I don't know how you can understand what I'm trying to say. You put a pipe to it, the machine will convert this methane gas or hydrogen sulfide gas to energy. Use it to power your fan, your lights, your TV, your AC, your borehole. The only issue here is you need to poo-poo to have light. The day you refuse to poo-poo, you will sleep beside it. You will sleep in that.
Dr. Brightens, so what's the economic effect of this alternative source of power? Yeah. What's the economic effect?
Number one, it's not like it's a perfect alternative to solar, because it's not something that after like 1 year, 6 months or 2 years you need to be replacing batteries. No, this one go and poo-poo so that you can have the end product of methane gas or hydrogen sulfide gas. Is that supposed to be a problem?
Okay, but I'm thinking, in most of these countries that practice this biogas as an alternative source, they have a central sewage system. That's what they practice. So every soak away is linked. But in Nigeria, that doesn't exist. So how is it going to work for a government to take this as a new strategy as compared to hydro when the sewage system is not connected?
You see, the truth is, not like you said, this technology will be easier for people that owns hotels. Hotel, maybe event places where you have massive influx of people. It will be much easier for them. But Nigeria being a case study, I don't know, I don't want to say we had too many things that we never planned for, that we didn't think about, that we never envisaged that will come up in the future, which is something like this. If the government want to develop a central system where they can use such waste, it's simple. Maybe at the beginning we get Ministry of Environment, they will come to people's homes and discharge your waste for you. They usually do it before.
Yes, that's true.
When somebody suck away is feed up. Have you not seen them coming, you pay them or something, or they will come and collect it or take it to a central location. So the government can develop a central system where you go to people's houses and pick up this waste, put it there. But there are some challenges, I must tell you. You know, one truth about science is discovery. You have for and against, you have some little pick up here and there. The only problem is, will people be willing to adhere to some instructions, such as the waste that you want to use to develop energy? You must not now be connecting it to your kitchen, where you wash your plates. Those your normal household detergent and soap and what have you that you use even in the bedroom can contaminate the biodegradable stages where the methane gas or hydrogen gas are being produced as the end point. So there is a special kind of detergent that you are expected to use. That's where problem will come. Will people be willing to adhere to doing that so that government can now come and collect the waste later? Or will they now develop a system where your poo-poo will be channeled to a separate sockaway in your compound that will be completely different from where your waste coming from your bathing, after bathing the waste from your water, then the one in the kitchen, where they will be going to. If you can separate it, it will be easy for government to use. I don't know if I get what I'm saying.
I do.
But if we cannot separate it, then it is all man to his own, to your all man to himself. That means you will be the one individual person to do that in your own compound, where you will have to a way of channeling your waste to a separate sockaway. Then you now maybe change some of the things you use so that the waste does not get contaminated by your normal daily detergent and soap and what have you, or oil spillage from the kitchen and all have you. Then let me also say something quickly. One of the reasons why this is the way to go, this methane gas and hydrogen sulfide gas is not only going to be used by individual to be powering your fan light and TV. You will use it to be cooking. You don't get the point. There's a burner you also connect it to that same sockaway, then it will be sucking the same methane gas, hydrogen sulfide gas. You use it to cook, and